Welcome to the Galactic News Network. I'm Tim Veers. The administrator of Cloud City, Lando Calrissian, has found himself accused of using city funds for illicit gambling activities. When questioned, Calrissian had this to say.
This deal is getting worse all the time.
I trusted him to fix it! It's not my fault!
In other news, many are turning to bounty hunting as a way to make ends meet due to the downturn in the economy. However, this has led to many unqualified individuals meeting unfortunate ends, such as our recent report from Mos Eisley.
While scores of citizens are fleeing the high unemployment rate of the core worlds, many are finding out the hard way that the recession stretches all the way to the outer rim. Case in point, the once bustling spaceport of Mos Eisley. Just months ago, this small town was one of the fastest growing areas in the rim. But now, it is feeling the effects of the Imperial credit crunch. One only has to visit the local cantina to see the effects on the populace. While some turn to alcohol to alleviate their economic woes, some are turning to more nefarious and dangerous activities, such as bounty hunting. One recent incident was captured on tape by several security holocams. A novice bounty hunter brashly approached his target, but misjudged the clever nature of his foe. While the security cameras were unable to inform us which one of the combatants fired first, one thing was clear. The bounty hunter had now become a grisly statistic. Apparently, this cantina is a hotbed for such activity, as the other customers and employees seemed unfazed by the deadly shootout mere tables away. To get the inside scoop, we questioned the local bartender on the matter. Sir, what are your opinions on the recent rise in inexperienced bounty hunters?
Yeah, it's getting to be a problem as of late. We've had 3 botched bounty attempts in the bar just this last week. It ain't easy cleaning up after those messes. I would say we don't serve their kind here. You usually can't tell who the idiot bounty hunter is just by looking at him. Hold on a sec. I gotta go. I have another mess to clean up.
Seeking more answers, we traveled past the Dune Sea to interview local businessman Jabba the Hutt. Mr. Hutt, you've hired several of these bounty hunters. What is your view on the matter? When Imperial authorities were questioned on the distressing trend, they only had this to say.
Bounty hunters. We don't need that scum.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, our camera crew was forced to leave after that due to threats from angry bounty hunters. As for me, I'm heading on over to Bespin. Just got a swell scoop from Mr. Fett over there. This is AJ Marty reporting live from the Executor. Back to you, Tim.
Finally, after repeated Imperial bailouts, Emperor Palpatine has announced the takeover of all Starship manufacturing. When asked of the recent purchase of the Trade Federation, Palpatine had this to say.
Emperor Palpatine, a question please. Jim Jedi, Galactic News. Sir, did the economic downturn take you by surprise?
Everything that has transpired has done so according to my design.
But sir, don't you think you're mistaken? All these bailouts surely won't work.
Oh no, my young Jedi. You will find that it is you who are mistaken about a great many things.
When Lord Vader was asked by reporters on the likelihood of the minority party, the Old Republicans, from stopping the proposed takeovers, he had this to say.
There'll be no one to stop us this time.
Yes, sir.
And now look at your Galactic Weekly Weather Forecast with Troy Tarkin.
Thanks for that, Jim. Alright, let's take a look at our intergalactic weekly forecast. First off, in the Hoth system, if you're heading to the Rebel base, the secret Rebel base, make sure to look out for the asteroid field. There's been a heavy asteroid activity in the area recently. Also, we're expecting a blizzard to move in on Tuesday, bringing extreme cold, anywhere between -80 and -120 degrees. So you're gonna want to keep your tauntauns indoors. They will freeze, and of course speeders will not work in that temperature. Also, we're just getting word from Admiral Ozzel that they're planning an Imperial attack on, I think, about Thursday, so probably want to avoid the whole area for at least a couple days until that's over with. Alright, moving on. Alright, moving on from the flip side of Hoth, we have Tatooine, and it's going to be hot. Upwards of about 120 degrees, 130 degrees, somewhere in that range. However, for all you scum and villainy that's heading out to Mos Eisley, it's going to be a little mild there, 110 degrees, so you can enjoy yourself at the cantina. However, if you're heading up to Jabba's Palace, you need to be careful. This time of year is when the Sarlacc is active. The heat sets it off, so be careful. As usual, the two suns, they're going to be blazing up in the sky, so put on plenty of sunblock. You don't want to end up looking like a Tusken Raider. So, oh, and there is good news, however. The stormtroopers have called off their search for the droids, so no more waiting in the long Imperial checkpoints. Hot weather, good for me. Alright, moving on. Finally, Bespin is going to have heavy cloud cover for most of the week. However, Cloud City itself is reporting clear skies without a cloud in sight, so now probably is the best time to go visit an old friend or anything like that. This has been your Dark Lord of the Weather. Back to you, Tim.
We'll be right back with our special report on the Minot flu epidemic and what it means to you.
Are you tired of your boring Banta breakfast?
Boy, this blue milk sure is boring.
Wookie cookies!
Wow! Wookie cookies!
That's right, kids! Wookie cookies! The snacks with enough flavor to rip your arms off!
Wow! Real spice from Kessel! Radical! A Wookiee toy in every box!
Wookie cookies, part of a balanced breakfast.
Get your Wookiee cookies now!
What a piece of junk!